Hi guys, my name is Maya and today I'm going to discuss how to safely conduct carry-out business in a restaurant during this coronavirus pandemic. First, I will explain what safety tools and measurements should be taken to avoid the spread of infection. Then I will cover step by step what process to follow. And lastly, I will recap how to remain safe while handling food, customers, and money. First, some of the tools that are going to be needed in order to successfully do this are multiple antibacterial soap and hand washing stations, hand sanitizers, gloves, and masks, as well as some antibacterial wipes. Next, I will cover the safety measurements necessary in order to safely conduct carryout. Carryout is only to be curbside pickup, which means no customers are allowed indoors in the restaurant. The patrons are to call ahead and order over the telephone, and the staff should suggest for all payments to be handled over the phone, including any applicable tips to avoid handling things like cash, pens, money, and any extra unnecessary face-to-face interaction or touching with the customers. When customers arrive, they should call in to notify employees of their arrival, and one designated staff member is to run the bag of food outside. That staff member is to wear gloves and a mask while handling customers, and gloves are to be thrown away after each customer or interaction. Also hands are to be washed with antibacterial soap after each interaction, and possible use of hand sanitizer in between those times as well. Also, a separate staff member is to bag the food and drop it off to a designated sanitized area without any possible contact with customers or the member going outside if at all possible. They are also to wear gloves and change them often, as well as wash and sanitize their hands. Next, I will cover the sanitation and disinfectation of the work areas as well as the restaurant. The restaurant, especially door handles, computer screens, phones, counters, and so on, are to be sanitized at least 3 to 4 times a day by using antibacterial wipes like Clorox or Lysol. For example, this should be done prior to opening, 2 to 3 times during a shift and a closing, particularly during or after shift changes. And lastly, to recap, all orders are to be taken over the phone, including payments and tips if possible. Gloves are to be worn and switched constantly, and no customers are allowed inside. Also, limit the amount of staff working. Wash and sanitize hands as much as humanly possible. Now guys, while this is a scary time for us all, if we all work together, stay positive and diligent, we'll get through it. And most importantly, wash your hands and wash them often. Be safe.